Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to another squad builder video on the channel, and I'm sure like many of you guys I have been playing FUT Champions in the weekend league, and in this video I am going to be showing you the squad that I've decided to use. Now the team cost me exactly 764k, so very precise amount of coin spent on this team. So the formation I've chosen is 4-1-2-1-2 in brackets 2. So kicking things off in between the sticks, I decided to go with the 88 rated Handanovic. And as an actual shot stopper, this guy is one of the best goalkeepers on the game in my opinion. He's got superb reflexes, positioning, very good handling. I think my only issue with Handanovic that I found was his kicking. His kicking is pretty bad. He did a few times just kick it out of play, which is a little bit disappointing. But apart from that, I think he's a really good goalkeeper. So I would recommend you guys using Handanovic. So moving on to the right back position, I decided to go with the 81 rated Alessandro Florenzi. Now, I went with this guy because obviously he links into the team, but I think there's not too many good choices from Serie A in terms of right backs, and I think this guy is definitely the best one to go with. Going forwards, I think he's actually really good, even though he didn't get any assists for me or anything, but I do tell my fullbacks to stay back. But I think going forwards, as I say, very good. Defensively, I think he's okay. He didn't really get exposed too often, so yeah, overall did a decent job. So moving on to the right centre back, and we have got the 85 rated Kostas Manolas, and this guy is a really overpowered centre back. Of course, has moved to Napoli, which is great because I linked him next to his Napoli teammate KOULIBALY, and that is one hell of a centre back partnership. But this guy, I thought did a really good job. He's just an out and out defender. I'd say his main weakness is he's not really a ball playing centre back, if you like. So if he does get pressed high up the pitch, he can occasionally get caught out. But apart from that, this guy is superb, definitely worth using. So alongside him, as I mentioned, I have got the 89 rated KOULIBALY, and this guy is an absolute monster in game. I was really impressed with him. Probably one of the best centre backs I've used so far. 71 pace is definitely good enough, and of course 89 defending, 87 physicality, two really good stats. This guy's a little bit better on the ball as well. 68 dribbling for a centre back isn't too bad. So yeah, I thought him and Manolas was a superb centre back partnership. Couldn't recommend it enough really. So we're moving on to the left back position, and I decided to go with the 85 rated Alexandro. Quite expensive really, 86,000 coins is what I spent on this guy, but he's definitely one of the best left backs on the game, so I feel it was worth it. He has lost a little bit of pace though, compared to some of his previous FIFA cards, which is a little bit disappointing, but still, nonetheless, this guy is one of the best left backs on the game in my opinion. So we are moving on to the central defensive midfield position, and I've decided to go with the 85 rated ALLAN, and this guy is honestly one of my favourite cards at the moment on FIFA 20. He's so important to this team, an absolute specialist at cutting the passing lanes and just winning the ball back. I would say N'Golo Kante is probably the only other CDM that is better than him on the game. I would go as far to say that. I've not used Kante yet, but I would say Kante's probably better than him. But apart from Kante, I think this guy's probably the next best CDM. It's really important to have pace and energy in the midfield, I think, and ALLAN has definitely got that. So moving on to the left central midfield position, and I went with Blaise Matuidi, and this guy was superb for me in this team. He actually got 6 goals and 11 assists in 28 matches, so a pretty good return, and you wouldn't really expect it from Matuidi. He's not really known for getting goals or assists, but for me he did a good job going forwards in that left central midfield position, and defensively he offers you something as well. Really good at just winning the ball back, got great energy as well. So we're moving on to my right central midfield position, and we've actually got the 87 rated Insigne. Now I was using this guy as the cam in this team, and he got a return of 9 goals and 16 assists in 28 matches, which isn't too bad. I'll be honest, I wanted a few more goals from this guy. That'd probably be my main complaint, but he is really good in that cam position. I'd say cam is probably this guy's best position on the game because he's got the pace, the dribbling. I think it is just his shooting really that needs to be a little bit better to take him to that next level, but still a very good player on this game. So we are moving on to the cam position, and we have got the main man. It is going to be the 89 rated Antoine Griezmann. Now I was using this guy as a striker in game, and he got a return of 28 goals and 8 assists in 28 games. So a goal in every game, a superb return for GRIEZMANN, and I think he's one of the best strikers on this game. He is quite a versatile player as well. You could probably use him as a cam or as a centre forward, but as a striker, which is where I used him, he was really good. He just scores your goals, which of course is the main thing that you want your striker to do. So we're moving on to the two strikers. We'll start off on the right hand side with the 89 rated Luis Suarez, and I'm a huge fan of Suarez. He's been my go-to guy really for a number of years. I'm a huge fan of him, as I say, and he got a return of 21 goals and 11 assists in 28 matches, which is a decent return. I'll be honest though, I would have liked a few more goals. Of course, GRIEZMANN scored 28, Suarez got 21. So GRIEZMANN was more of the main man really, but Suarez is still a good, reliable goal scorer. It's just his pace really that's a bit disappointing. He's not as quick as he was on previous FIFAs, but still definitely a reliable striker to get if you guys are looking for a striker to build your team around. So alongside him up front, we've actually got the 84 rated Arturo Vidal, who of course I have converted to a striker. Now, this guy got me 6 goals and 7 assists in 28 matches, which is a pretty good return. He was playing as the right central midfielder in game, and I'm a big fan of Vidal, a really good box-to-box midfielder. He does offer you goals and assists going forwards, and defensively, this guy is really good as well, so I thought he played very well for me. So as you can see there, every player is actually on 10 chemistry. So this is what I decided to do in game. So I'd put Vidal right central midfield and then have GRIEZMANN up front with Suarez and then Insigne as the cam. So we're moving on to my custom tactics that I use with this team. Now I have tweaked my custom tactics slightly. So defensive style, I went pressure on heavy touch. I think that's definitely the best one to go with. For defensive width, it's the one that you can see on screen. For depth, I don't think that's too high of a line really. It's not too deep of a line. It's about the middle, I would say. But yeah, I thought that depth was pretty good. You could maybe drop it one further back if you wanted to, but you have got two pretty pacey centre-backs, so that's why I went with that depth. Offensive style, I went with fast builder. That's my favourite one to go with. You could maybe play possession if you wanted to. So I think this one's really key. Offensive width, I had it very narrow. I played the ball a lot through the middle. I didn't really use the wide areas too much, and I really managed to dominate possession in most of the games I played in using that offensive width. So I'd say that is very important for this formation. Players into the box, I went with the one you can see on the screen, and corners and free kicks, I don't really think that's too important. So for the play instructions, I actually just left Suarez and GRIEZMANN as just balanced, just let them play how they normally do. For Insigne, get into the box across onto free roam, I thought that worked quite nicely. For Matuidi and Vidal, I actually just left it as balanced as well, and then for ALLAN, cut the pass lane, stay back while attacking, and to cover the centre, and I did tell my fullbacks to stay back while attacking as well. So yeah, those are my player instructions for my FUT Champs team. So as you can see on screen, we are moving on to my highlights using this team in FUT Champions, and I have to say this team really was superb. I think the front three of Suarez, GRIEZMANN, Insigne really did work very nicely. That midfield trio as well of Matuidi, Vidal and ALLAN really does make this team so solid. It's got a great energy to that midfield. I really do believe that pace is the way to go in terms of central midfielders on this game. I think it's very important. And the defence I thought was superb as well. KOULIBALY, MANOLAS, Sandro, Florenzi, they all did a great job for me. Now I managed to finish in gold 1 in the end. I really was hoping to get elite 3, but I got gold 1. I can't complain too much with that. It's still my best ever return on FIFA in FUT Champions to get gold 1. So to get it straight away, I was pretty happy with, but I'll probably try and get elite 3 maybe next weekend if I can. Now, if you guys could rate this team out of 5, let me know what you thought of it. I'll be really interested to see what you do actually rate this team, because honestly, I think for around about 750k, maybe 800k, this team is probably as good as you can get at this moment in time, in my opinion. Now, that is just going to be about it from me for today, guys. If you can, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, I'd hugely appreciate it. Feel free to put more squad builder suggestions you want me to make in the comments below. But yeah, guys, that would just be about it from me for today. So I'll catch you in the next video.